What's up, everybody? I'm Sydney Goodman, and in today's fix, Halo Infinite gets a visual overhaul and announces a release window. Spider-Man Miles Morales gets even prettier in 60 FPS with ray tracing, and xCloud might be headed to iOS and PC sooner than you think. Roll the thing. The fan reaction to the initial gameplay footage of Halo Infinite was resoundingly clear, and it seems like 343 got the memo. The developer announced yesterday that the new chapter in Halo's lore will ship in fall 2021 after initially delaying what was supposed to be the headlining release title for Microsoft's new line of Xboxes. This news was coupled with further details on Infinite's new graphics, art, and customization, as well as some new screenshots from the multiplayer. 343 addressed the initial fan blowback with the studio's director of art management, Neil Harrison, saying, quote, "The reality is that the art and visuals weren't at the bar we hold for Halo, even in a work-in-progress state." Harrison went on to say, quote, "Much of the feedback we heard from the community aligned with our own views and work we were already committed to doing around things like indirect lighting, material response, foliage and tree rendering, clouds, level of detail, transitions, and character fidelity. And as you can probably see from the photos, the studio has adapted." 343 development manager for graphics, Annie Shastri, also added that, quote, "Visual fidelity is a very important goal for Halo Infinite, and the graphics and art teams have been continually aspiring and working closely with each other to create the best looking Halo game ever." The developers even talked about Craig, the infamous brute whose emotionless face became a meme. Quote, "I can confirm that facial animation on NPCs were not fully implemented in that summer build, which resulted in Craig's incredibly deadpan lifeless look," says Harrison. Quote, "There's been further work done on material fidelity and more variety added for brute faces. We're also working to add some hairdos and beards, which was something we hadn't gotten to in July. So whilst we have come to love our dear old Craig, he's certainly undergoing a significant makeover." The studio also went on to detail their customization through the new coating system. That allows players to, quote, "define color, wear and tear patterns and materials on a region by region basis on a Spartan or anything in a game, whether it's armor, weapons, vehicles, or even fuel barrels." Speaking of new visuals, Miles Morales is a game that's already pretty good looking, but it just got even prettier. An update for the PS5 version added a new graphic option called Performance RT that provides both 60 FPS and ray tracing, where previously you were stuck with two choices that made you choose between 60 FPS with no ray tracing or ray tracing at 30 FPS. Now you can have your bioelectric cake and amazing lighting effects too. And with great cake comes great responsibility. I don't know what that means. And finally, for those of you who have been waiting patiently to get your hands on xCloud, your time is coming. In a new Xbox blog post, Microsoft shared that Xbox Game Pass Ultimate would be getting a beta version in the spring that would allow PC users to access xCloud through the Xbox app. Additionally, iOS users will access the game streaming service through a mobile web browser due to Apple's restrictions on games that bypass the App Store via another app. This falls in line with Xbox head Phil Spencer's previous statement that xCloud, quote, "absolutely will be on iOS." It's a super weird and exciting time for gaming, and being able to play Halo Infinite anywhere certainly sounds cool, but I'll still make plenty of time to snuggle with my Xbox. Don't you worry, big guy. And that was Daily Fix. I'm Sydney Goodman, and I hope your day is as awesome as you are. Just a heads up, I won't be here tomorrow. I will be hosting the pre-show for the Game Awards, so make sure you tune in. Now that you're all caught up on the news, check out the first 21 minutes of Cyberpunk's Nomad Path in 4K 60 and Ultra RTX. It's very pretty. Download the IGN app on all your mobile devices, subscribe to Daily Fix on Snapchat, and for all things everything else, IGN.com.